this is something that violates my sense of safety.
A community in shock tonight. The aftermath of a mass shooting in University City and the neighbors struggling to make sense of the violence. And a day of action in San Diego. The May Day rally speaking out for workers' rights and immigrants.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
The magic of Shakespeare at Balboa Park. The young actors who offered their unique twist on the classic plays. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. More details emerging tonight in the shooting that left one woman and the suspected shooter dead in University City last night. San Diego police say 49-year-old Peter Celis was depressed over a recent breakup with his girlfriend. He was on the phone with her while he shot people at the poolside birthday party. Celis was killed by officers. Celis is white. 7 of his victims are African American. 1 is Latino. Police say there's no evidence race was a factor.
The victims just happened to be present at the moment in time when Celis decided to carry out this spontaneous act of violence. There is zero information to indicate that race played a factor in this terrible and horrific crime. The victims were targeted for no other reason but their mere presence in the vicinity of the suspect.
The police chief says 2 victims are in critical but stable condition. They're expected to survive. People who live in the apartment complex say they're in shock over the violent shooting. KPBS reporter Susan Murphy talked to neighbors who say they need time to heal.
As details continue to emerge from this tragedy here in La Jolla, neighbors here are grieving. They're struggling with how to make sense of it all and wondering how they're going to be able to move forward.
I was swimming when he opened fire.
Lizette Aguanaga is one of many residents of the upscale Crossroads La Jolla apartment complex who watched the rampage unfold.
Even though I wasn't shot, I witnessed people being shot just a few feet from me in the throat, or chest, stomach, arms, legs, blood. Of course, I'm physically fine, but this is something that violates my sense of safety.
Aguanaga escaped the pool area when the gunman went to reload. The single mother, who has lived at the complex for 10 years, says she's overwhelmed.
It changes you. This stuff changes you.
Saya Dehestani rushed to the scene when she heard screaming. She tried to help a woman who was shot.
She's bleeding on her chest and just said, I can't breathe. And the other girl who had shot on her arm just said, I cannot feel my hands.
Dehestani arrived to San Diego from Iran a few years ago. She came here with her young son seeking asylum. She says she no longer feels protected.
So I wasn't the victim. I just saw what's happened, and this is how I'm feeling. I couldn't sleep last night. I'm still hearing the shooting.
Dehestani's traumatic experience led to a panic attack.
And I went to the hospital, and they said this panic attack, and I passed out in the hospital again.
Lisa Anzualda's family was not at the pool during the shooting, but some of her kids' classmates were.
You know, I saw them at school today, the parents. Their kids are traumatized, and the principal is bringing in trauma unit, counselors to be there for them in case they break out in tears.
The residents know that overcoming this tragedy will be hard. They plan to lean on each other for support.
I know we'll all heal at some point, but it's going to take a long time.
Susan Murphy, KPBS News.
A new study out today shows that in the weeks following other mass shootings, handgun sales have spiked in California. KPBS science reporter David Wagner runs down those findings.
Researchers found that California gun sales rose by 53% in the weeks after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. And after the 2015 San Bernardino shooting, sales in San Bernardino County nearly doubled, growing by 85%. Stanford University professor David Stutter led the study. He says this phenomenon has been recognized for a while, but a detailed analysis shows that certain people become more likely to buy guns right after a mass shooting.
Women proportionally increase to a larger extent. We see a larger response among first gun buyers, and we see a larger response among whites and Hispanics.
Studdert says these spikes are big, but they account for less than 10% of California's total gun sales in a given year. David Wagner, KPBS News.
Taking another look at mass shooting incidents since the beginning of this year, this is a map based on data from shootingtracker.com. We'll continue to follow developments on the shooting investigation in University City on air and online at kpbs.org. Right now, May Day participants are making their way to Chicano Park. It's an international day of protest in support of workers. Some people are also using it as an opportunity to speak out against President Trump. Chicano Park has long been a place for activists to gather and the community as well. Earlier today, dozens of people started their May Day rallying at San Diego City College downtown. People carried signs saying things like, "Will not be silenced," and heard from speakers who spoke out against what they say is the unfair treatment of immigrants and workers as a whole.
May Day is a solidarity with not only our students, but with our educators, with people who are dealing with immigration rights, dealing with mass incarceration, just different issues that are going on in our communities. We have a new president that is not standing for the people. So May Day has become about the workers, the justice behind it, and just being in solidarity with one another.
Participants marched from City College to the Civic Center Plaza. San Diego events were largely organized via social media. And at the state capitol, union workers and others marched through Sacramento calling for the president to put an end to increased deportation efforts. Union leaders say they foster fear among those without legal status.
When I see people, being separated from family members, people being scared to go to the grocery stores, asking their neighbors that can drive to go buy groceries for them, it's very sad. Because if that happened to me, I would want someone to reach out and help me as well.
Union organizers say they plan to meet with lawmakers in the coming weeks to continue to advocate for workers' rights. A plume of groundwater contaminated with cleaning solvent runs for more than a mile in El Cajon. Testing shows vapors from the plume have gotten into people's homes. The contamination is a result of years of manufacturing at a nearby aerospace plant. Ingrid Lobet with our media partner iNewsSource has more.
For 30 years, government and company officials have known chemicals seeped into the ground in El Cajon. The plume lies between East Bradley Avenue and Greenfield Drive and crosses Highway 67. It clearly runs beneath 3 mobile home parks, and the chemical is known to vaporize. Yet the air inside people's homes has not been tested until now. 4 homes had high enough levels of the chemical trichloroethylene that the Environmental Protection Agency recommends prompt action. Ron Cox, whose mother and brother lived in a mobile park here that has not had testing, is suing the company's Amatec and senior operations for loss of home value. The family didn't know they lived over the plume.
I believe it was January of 2017 this year. I went over to my brother's house and noticed a flyer on the door that was from the management of the trailer park stating that we lived over a toxic plume and we needed to be aware of it. That was the very first I heard of anything. Amatec failed to notify me. For all these years, through the decades that they've known that this happened, apparently they didn't inform anybody.
Cox's mother died at age 63 of a cancer that can be caused by trichloroethylene.
She had kidney cancer. She was diagnosed in 2002 after experiencing some back pain. By the time they got her to the hospital, they said there was really nothing they could do.
His attorney says residents are still being exposed.
Certainly not everything that could have been done was done, because Amatec was aware of groundwater contamination of TCE and other contaminants as early as 1987. And so what Amatec could and should have done began cleanup decades ago.
An environmental physician who consults with Amatec says it took responsibility for the site when prior owners filed for bankruptcy.
Since that time, there's been a lot going on at the site. There's been a system of pump and treat installed. What that does is it pulls the vapors and the water back onto the original property and treats the contamination. There has also been extraction wells installed to the northwest of Magnolia Elementary School. There's been a system put in place in the classrooms to add a layer of protection.
And though some homes were found to have the gas, most of the homes tested completely safe. Why did it take so long to test the places where people live?
It can take decades to assess these plumes. It can be very difficult to get access to the properties to do this kind of sampling. But it was just the next step in this process to assess and to evaluate if there was any impacts to the mobile home park.
The State Water Board stresses the air test results are preliminary, and so far just a third of homes over the most concentrated zone have been tested. Ron Cox thinks all of them should be.
Nobody knows the effects of living over a house that has the minimum or acceptable amount of TCE seeping up into the air for 30 years, what effect that would have on them. Maybe you do start dying. Maybe you do get a brain tumor. Maybe you suffer other health problems. Those questions need to be answered. Those questions need to be addressed.
For more background and details on the Katima Amatec plume in El Cajon, go to inewssource.org. I'm Ingrid Lobet for KPBS media partner iNewsSource.
Schools in Baja, California are seeing more new students from the U.S. than Mexico. Now, the San Diego Unified School District is partnering with those Baja schools and the Mexican consulate to better serve those students. KPBS education reporter Megan Burks explains.
Baja California's Department of Education says more than 2,000 U.S.-born children have enrolled in its school system since the U.S. presidential election. That's nearly 3 times the number of Mexican children enrolling. The reasons why vary, but include deportations and the cost of living in the United States. Now, under the partnership, both school systems plan to share information about things like grading systems to limit misunderstandings that can land kids in the wrong grade level. They also want to pair up teachers on both sides of the border to better communicate and work on curriculum together.
And up until now, there's been no communication. A student just is gone. They've been with us for 6 months. We know them, we love them, we cherish them, we know their strengths, their weaknesses, their hopes and their dreams, and then they disappear. And we want the teacher who's receiving them to be having some information. What have we learned about that child so they can just pick up where we left off and not skip a beat?
San Diego Unified officials plan to travel to Mexico in May. Teachers will follow at a later date, but the district says much of their collaboration will occur online. Currently, more than 55,000 U.S. citizen children are enrolled in Baja schools. Megan Burks, KPBS News.
Just a reminder about our NPR conversation with Michelle Martin tomorrow night. It's called Going There Beyond Borders. It focuses on immigration issues and living in a border city of San Diego. It starts at 7 at the Jacobs Center. Go to nprpresents.org for ticket information. A year-long investigation by the Associated Press finds roughly 17,000 official reports of sexual assaults by students in K-12 schools over a 4-year period. Marina Hutchinson has the story.
Chaz Wing checking the WCME Midcoast Weather Eye.
17-year-old Chaz Wing hopes to have a career in radio. He's been getting hands-on experience at a local station. But wherever he goes, he carries a burden.
The fall is always a hard time for me, every year.
When Wing was 12, he was bullied about everything from his choice of music, his weight, to being asked if he was gay. School policy, he was told, was to report incidences to.
I believe they actually said any staff member would help you.
The bullying became more aggressive until one day Wing says he was raped by 2 boys in the school bathroom. One threatened to burn down his house if anyone found out. Then the boy sliced his right arm. It was fall. Wing didn't say anything till the following fall, by which point he says he was raped another 2 times.
That's the time when I was finally able to tell my mom about what had happened.
Wing alleges the school's actions were insufficient to stop the bullying and the escalating violence. Like so many other students who say they've been assaulted, he eventually transferred out of school. The boys Wing says attacked him stayed behind. Relying on information from state education departments and federal crime data, a year-long investigation by the Associated Press uncovered about 17,000 official reports of sex assaults by students in K-12 schools over a recent 4-year period. The tally, however, is a decided undercount.
There's an abundant evidence suggesting that sexual misconduct and sexual victimization is underreported.
There are no requirements for schools to report such student violence, and AP found states vary widely in how they classify it. In Wing's case, the school staunchly defended how it handled its investigation. In a deposition statement, the principal called the sexual assaults highly unlikely. The school, working with police, carried out an investigation which included questioning the accused.
The student had no idea what even we were talking about. He had no frame of reference for anal sex.
But the principal recognized bullying did happen at his school. Studies have long found bullying can be a precursor to sexual harassment and assault. Like in Wing's case, typically victims' grades drop, attendance falls, rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts increase. Psychologist Wilson Kenny, who has helped develop student intervention programs in Oregon, says schools often think they don't have a problem.
Ironically, now those districts are in the process of implementing similar kinds of systems because they do have that problem there.
It happens in all types of schools to all types of children. In cases identified by the AP, some administrators engaged in cover-ups to hide evidence of a possible crime and protect their school's image.
It's a problem that most people don't want to address and don't want to face.
Seeing the school's inability to handle the problem, Wing's parents sued. In a deposition video, one teacher testified,
It wasn't happening when we were watching, and we were trying to keep a close eye on it, but it was always around the corner or away from us.
Under federal education law, public school districts are obligated to act on bullying and sexual violence. When schools mishandle such cases, victims have the option to sue.
There are a lot of organizations like mine and others who are doing their best to make sure that students have access to the legal system, regardless of their financial status.
After 4 years of fighting, Wing ended up with a $50,000 settlement. It didn't make up for the emotional trauma he endured, but Wing wanted to tell his story in hopes of helping others facing a similar crisis. Marina Hutchinson, The Associated Press.
San Onofre Beach on Camp Pendleton remains closed today after a woman was reportedly bitten by a shark over the weekend. Base officials say the beach is expected to reopen Wednesday. The woman was airlifted from an area called Church on Saturday evening. Authorities closed the beach during the investigation and are warning people to stay out of the water there.
And we have touchdown. First stage has landed back at landing zone 1.
California-based SpaceX sent up a Falcon 9 rocket today and successfully brought it back for possible reuse. This time, the rocket was carrying a spy satellite. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk believes reusable rockets are the key to drastically cutting launch cost, eventually making it possible to fulfill his vision of colonizing Mars. State water managers say California's springtime snowpack is nearly double its normal levels following 5 years of historic drought. They say all the snow is beginning to melt, increasing the risk of flooding for communities downstream. One river that runs through Yosemite National Park is expected to flood this week. But when it comes to California's drought outlook, water experts say the massive snowpack bodes well for groundwater recharge.
Encouraging news in terms of, certainly surface water supplies. The thing we're watching out for now, of course, is primarily the southern Sierra, where we have full reservoirs and in some cases a huge snowpack.
Today's reading was the final snowpack survey for the state's wet season. Some fog tonight for San Diego and a chance of rain later this week. Regina Miller has tonight's forecast.
Well, we have very quiet conditions from central down to southern California here and even across Nevada. Nothing to speak of. Satellite and radar just all quiet here from Borrego Springs down to Mount Laguna and into La Jolla. We have quiet conditions. And for the metro areas tonight, with clear skies early, we may end up with some fog developing for the late night and some low clouds. An overnight low of 60 degrees. In Oceanside, we'll see an overnight low of 53 degrees. In San Diego, 60. In Mount Laguna, 48 degrees, and Borrego Springs 64 for your overnight low. Now it is going to be very tranquil. We'll have some cooler conditions right along the coastline, plenty of sunshine, San Francisco, partly sunny in Los Angeles. But then when you come into interior locations, we are going to have very warm conditions here. So along the coast, the temperature is 76 degrees for your Tuesday, and fog will give way to sunshine. The same thing on Wednesday and Thursday. We may have some low clouds around early, but then sunshine for the afternoon. A high temperature of 77 both Wednesday and Thursday. Friday will top out at 73 with those low clouds breaking. By Saturday, there could be a shower around and a temperature of 69 degrees, so it'll be a cooler day on Saturday. Inland locations, we have clouds giving way to sunshine for Tuesday at 85. It warms up to 87 degrees, so very warm with plenty of sun, blue skies. In Thursday's forecast, we're looking at high temperatures in the mid-80s as well, 86 degrees with sunny skies. We'll have low clouds around early on Friday, but they'll break for sunshine in the afternoon, 81. And then some cooler air settles in on Saturday, a temperature of 71 degrees and partly sunny. In the mountain locations on Tuesday, 73 with blue skies. And on Wednesday, we have sunshine, breezy and nice, a high temperature of 75. Sunny, nice and warm again on Thursday at 75. Friday, partly sunny skies. And look how much cooler it gets for Saturday. Some colder air settles in, and it'll be windy in the afternoon with a temperature of 59 degrees. On Tuesday in the desert locations, hot with sunshine, a high of 101. It just goes up, up, up. For Wednesday, 102, hot with sunshine, sunny and hot on Thursday, and 103, partly sunny and hot Friday. And then we get a break from that extreme heat on Saturday, as it is going to be partly sunny and cooler in the forecast, a high temperature of 84 degrees. I'm Regina Miller, KPBS News.
Over the weekend, hundreds of students from kindergarten through high school performed scenes from Shakespeare in Balboa Park. It was part of the San Diego Student Shakespeare Festival, hosted by the San Diego Shakespeare Society. KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando attended the event and put together this video postcard.
All right then, are you ready?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Today I'm here at the Rose stage, and we've been judging elementary and high school performances. We've seen almost the entirety of Julius Caesar done by elementary school students. It has been a really fun and exciting day.
I find you passing gentle. Trust told me you were rough, and coy, and sullen. And now I find your porter very liar, for thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech.
Go to! You're a saucy boy! Felt exciting to know that we were going to use these puppets for the Shakespeare play. It was fun that we got to do our own design and creation for our characters. Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, and manly devotion shows in this that saints have hands that pilgrims' hands to touch, and palm to palm is the holy commerce kiss.
The devil take Henry of Lancaster and thee! Patience is stale, and I am weary of it!
We're sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land. Thus you go about, thrice to thrive, thrice to lie, and thrice again to make up 9.
Double, toilet shovel, fire burn, and cauldron bubble.
Out, damn spot! Out, I say! Yet who would have thought the old man had so much blood in him?
Out, sword, and wound. Now die,
now die! Ah! Die! Ah! Die! Ah! Die! Ah! Die! peace down, Abe. Hold my peace down, Abe, down, Abe.
Now, here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, a migrant rights activist is still recovering after disappearing for nearly a week in Mexico. How he continues to rally for migrant rights online. And on Midday Edition, a San Diego cartoonist tackles the news of the day with his special brand of humor, his plans to sketch San Diego's homeless. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.